A kebab plate in Istanbul cost $2 in 2005. Today, that same meal runs $6.50, but your salary definitely didn't triple. Welcome to Turkey's 20-year inflation time machine, where every lira tells a story of economic transformation. In 2005, Istanbul felt affordable to both locals and visitors. The Turkish lira traded around 1.4 to the dollar, wages seemed steady, and a middle-class lifestyle looked achievable. Fast forward to 2025, and the same city operates under completely different financial rules. Let's start with housing, the biggest monthly reality check. In 2005, a decent one-bedroom apartment in central Istanbul, think Beyoğlu or Şişli, rented for roughly $250 per month or 350 Turkish lira. Not luxury, but livable space with character. Today, that same exact apartment demands $850 to $1,000 monthly, which translates to 27,000 to 32,000 lira. The math is brutal. Housing costs increased nearly 4 times in dollar terms, but 16 times in local currency. But here's where it gets interesting. The average net salary in Istanbul was around $500 monthly in 2005, meaning rent consumed exactly half your income. Today, with average net salaries reaching $950, that same apartment still eats up most of your paycheck. So while wages nearly doubled in dollar terms, housing affordability actually got worse. Food painted an equally sobering story. That $2 kebab plate from 2005, a proper doner with rice, salad, and bread, now costs $6.50, or about 210 lira. Street food, once the great equalizer, became a budget decision. A monthly grocery basket for basic staples jumped from $80 to $280. Suddenly, cooking at home went from convenience to necessity. Transportation painted a similar picture. Istanbul's monthly transit card cost under $15 in 2005, roughly 20 lira for unlimited rides across the city's buses and metro. Today, that same monthly pass runs $32, or 1,000 lira. Public transportation doubled in dollar terms, but increased 50-fold in local currency. For a remote designer earning $950 monthly, transport now claims a bigger slice of income than it did 20 years ago. Healthcare shifted the landscape entirely. A basic doctor's visit in 2005 cost around $10, or 14 lira, affordable enough for routine checkups. By 2025, that same consultation runs $35 to $40, between 1,200 and 1,400 lira. Health insurance became essential rather than optional, adding another monthly expense that barely existed 2 decades earlier. Here's the twist everyone misses. Turkey's cost structure now mirrors Western European cities, but with wages that still reflect emerging market levels. A studio apartment, basic groceries, transport, and occasional dining out requires roughly $800 monthly in 2025, nearly your entire take-home pay. The city that once offered affordable urban living now demands financial precision from every resident. But Turkey's inflation story isn't just about rising prices. The lira's volatility reshaped how people think about money entirely. In 2005, saving in local currency made sense. Bank deposits offered decent returns, and the lira felt stable. Today, many Istanbul residents think in dollars for major purchases while earning in a currency that can shift 20% in a single month. This psychological shift changed everything from apartment hunting to vacation planning. The most revealing comparison? A first-year university student could cover modest living expenses with a part-time job in 2005, spending roughly $300 monthly on rent, food, and transport. That same student in 2025 needs family support or significant work hours to afford basic survival in Istanbul, with costs exceeding $700 monthly for the same lifestyle. What makes Turkey's inflation journey particularly striking is how it redefines social mobility. The middle class that felt secure in 2005, government workers, teachers, small business owners, found their purchasing power eroded despite nominal wage increases. A teacher earning 2,000 lira monthly in 2005 had more buying power than one earning 25,000 lira today. This isn't just an economic story, It's a human one. Families who once dined out weekly now treat restaurants as special occasions. Young professionals who plan to buy apartments now calculate decades of saving. Retirees on fixed pensions discovered their life savings couldn't cover a year's basic expenses. The same city, the same streets, but completely different financial realities. Turkey's 20-year inflation curve reveals a fundamental truth about money. Purchasing power matters more than nominal income. While wages in Istanbul increased 90% in dollar terms, the cost of living jumped 300% for most categories. The numbers tell one story, but the lived experience tells another, one where financial planning became survival strategy, and every lira requires careful consideration. Found this journey through Turkey's inflation surprising? Hit that like button, subscribe for more global finance stories, and ring the bell to catch our next economic time machine.